thought this would be easy. This moving on, I could get past you, baby, and it wouldn't take long.
I thought this would be over when we said it was done.
Matthew McNeilly from NeillyRich joins us. We'll talk about their brand new single, Stop Loving You. Matthew, this is a pretty haunting story when you read about this. Pretty close friends of you going through this. Tell us about when you got the inspiration to sit down and write.
This song was definitely a bit out of our wheelhouse, I guess, in terms of the content. We usually go for something that's a little bit more easygoing, I suppose. But we had someone that was close to our circle who had been going through just a tough time with their partner, and probably vice versa, I would imagine, from the outside looking in. And once we got to Nashville to write, we wrote the song with Phil Barden. We were going through ideas for songs, and we sort of got onto that topic about these people and how it sort of came up in conversation that it seemed like they couldn't stop loving each other. So that was kind of the inspiration for the title, I guess, and we just sort of went from there.
It must be very hard when you're going to talk about a subject matter like that and then try and portray it without giving too much away, but getting enough of the story out.
From my point of view, I think as long as you're not sort of naming names or anything, I think anyone's situation is pretty much fair game. Which probably sounds a bit brutal, but for country songs, that sort of been the tried and tested area, I suppose, for, heartache and all that kind of stuff. It wasn't our heartaches, that made it easier, I suppose.
Well, life for you has been far from a heartache, because last time we spoke to you guys, you were about to head off and cruise around the Caribbean, I think, as one of those entertainers on the cruise ship. How did that all work out for you?
It was excellent. We were there on the Carnival Breeze out of Port Canaveral, Florida. We were over there for 4 months. We were the country duo on board, and I've got to say it was one of the best experiences of my life so far.
Is it something you think you might do again one day?
Oh yes, actually we were offered another contract by Carnival, and we accepted that. So we're just waiting to see, what's left of the rest of the world once everything calms down.
Thank you so much for keeping us updated via your Facebook and social media pages. We watched you and waited for you to come home.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we had a lot of concerned Aussies and Kiwis reaching out through social media just to make sure we were going to get home okay. And as it turned out, they ended up having to fly us to Dubai and then to Australia because we weren't allowed to transit through the state. That sort of added and then our flight was cancelled, and we ended up getting on the very last flight to Sydney before they shut the airport. So we were very relieved when we touched down on Australian soil, that's for sure.
And I can tell you a lot of Australians were relieved that you touched down as well. Now, you were just saying that, talk about reaching out. You're home, everyone's in lockdown. You're still reaching out to your fan. Tell everybody about your live stuff that you're doing on Facebook and how they can get on board and watch you and support you guys.
So every Thursday we do a live show in our supporters group, which is called The Bar. If you actually search NeillyRich into Facebook, that's generally the first thing that comes up. And also on a Tuesday night, we do a live show on our music page, which is just our NeillyRich page. And we do those shows at 6 p.m.
I'm so surprised to think I'd find Matthew McNeilly at a bar.
I know, right? It's almost unthinkable.
Mate, it's been great to catch up with you. Pass on our love to that beautiful wife of yours. And you can follow these guys all on the social media. This song is called Stop Loving You, and we look forward to catching up with you and Amelia really soon.